Yes, people, welcome, welcome, welcome. You don't know, everyone is buzzing right now. Good night to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you guys watching this back and replay. But everyone is buzzing as the starman for the Reggae Boys team. Yeah, Leon Chippy Bailey return to the Copa America squad. This is some bombshell news. To be honest, this is some news that everyone been waiting for. A lot of people speculating around the news about, Leon will return to the team. Omar Hutchinson is missing again. But let me get Daniel on here, to discuss this topic right now at this moment. Um, I think you on mute.
Yeah, I put myself on mute because of the background and the driving. That's why. So whenever you
Well,
have
well. This is, some fascinating news, right?
emergency live people, you don't know. See,
It's
some of
an
they are
emergency live. I'm watching.
drive, people. So but that even they in the studio, so we have to jump on the pad, but lovely.
Leon Bailey return, man. A lot of people, were speculating about, if he should return, but it's more, that come from the overseas journalism, the media houses from overseas, especially in America. They kept saying, look, the Reggae Boys need to be full strength to the Copa America to stand a chance, yeah. And guess what? This squad, to be honest, I don't know if you can agree with me, Daniel, but this squad is probably the strongest squad I have seen around for such a very, very, very long time. What you think, man?
Yeah, I was going through the squad, a very strong squad, especially the front line, so many different options and different players to pick from, I just hope everybody fit by the time the first game kick off, and the midfield look balanced, the defense with Pinnick is back. I love that, and the keeper spot, you already know who's gonna be in the goal. So
Yeah, hopefully he can
overall,
stay fit. Hopefully he can stay fit. You will get fit enough to really get into that mix
what's the
again.
injury going on with Blake?
It is some foot injury. I don't remember what is it. Some kneecap thing. It is some kneecap injury. He's having. He did a surgery, but I didn't even expect Andre Blake to be in the squad. To be honest, I'm not expecting him to be in the squad. That injury, he said, what, 4 to 6 weeks. That is around the end of June. So I don't know how many games he's going to play. I don't know if it's
Maybe
the
just
reason
have him
why.
around the squad. Maybe just have him around the squad as the captain and experience, and help push the other keeper them and show them and talk to them and show them the knowledge. So have him in the squad. It doesn't maybe it doesn't play, but just have him around the squad should be a very important thing as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why they name actually four goalkeepers. But that's a very good point. Having him on the squad, is a very, very crucial thing. Have enough leaders. We talk about that. Not enough leaders in around the squad. Yeah, but when you look at the defensive, look at the defensive line. Dexter, Deshaun, Gregory. Nanalo, Michael, Richard King, Wes Harding, Ethan Pinnock. Jean Bell. Amari Bell is back. Yeah, Amari Bell. So we have two crucial left back in our team. Amari Bell. At least Gregory can get some backup. At least Gregory can actually get some minutes under his belt. Amari Bell can actually get some minutes under his belt. Hopefully he's fit enough, but we are strong there. Both players are very, very consistent with their performance. So many defenders. I'm expecting to see three at the back. I have never seen a Reggae Boys team that picked in this situation where they had so many defenders, but you can see that the coach is going to be playing that three at the back. I'm just looking at it and thinking three at the back, because so many defenders. What do you think? I think we have lost Daniel a little bit. You heard what I just said, right? Are you still there, Daniel? Are you still there?
I keep putting the phone on mute. My bad. Yeah. But
it's so many
honestly,
defenders. Straight at the back.
you know, say with the, especially the chair at the back, I'm not a fan of the chair at the back. Know that Bailey, Demar Gray, Antonio. I just don't see the chair at the back with this team, especially having all this option. It's not like when the other in the Nations League, we was very limited. You know, it worked out in that favor. But I feel like everybody come back, everybody's gonna be fit. Bailey come back, Demar Gray is not suspended, he's back. You know, Antonio is there. So it's very difficult to play a three at the back, extra defender. I know it will help me defensively, but with the squad and everybody is available, I just don't see the three at the back helping the squad going forward.
But I don't think we have the midfield players to be playing three in the midfield also. So it's vice versa, you know, where we go from here. That's the thing. Where we go from here.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at the midfield, you know, Alex Marshall, Casey, Kevin Lambert, you know, Bobby Reed, Joe Latibodier, you know, Kirai Anderson, you know, not much, you know, you would say players and could play three midfielders. You know, I don't, to be honest, look, we don't have much creative players, you know, and I think if the 4-3-3, you know, it will needed someone in that midfield to be that creator. You know, I don't even think we have the players that could play that three midfield like, you know, Jurgen Klopp played Gigi Wijnaldum, you know, Jordi Henderson, and Fabinho. I don't think we have those type of players. So I think, you know, the three at the back, you know, it might work. Who knows what he's going to do, you know. Is this the time that the coach is going to come out of his shell, and approach the game a lot more positive, you know? So I think, you know, the three at the back might take away that little creative from the midfielders, you know, allow them just to play the simple, basic role in that midfield. As, you know, a double pivot, you know, is it going to be Nanalo and someone else? Because as you could see, we're very limited in the midfield, So 3-4-3, I think a 3-4-3 can work. Yeah, I think a 3-4-3 can work. You know, is it Boza? You know, it can be a Leon up front, it can be a Demar Gray, and then you have a Cephas on the bench. You know, young Kaim Dixon. You have Mikel Antonio. You know, can come in as well. You know, I think we have a lot of depth in this squad. You know, so I think, you know, the three at the back might work, but when I look at it, no Omar Hutchinson, you know, is it time to just walk away from him and just let him be him and just focus on what he wants to focus in and, you know, work with the current crop of players that, you know, is available for selection? You know, look, I'm getting so sickening of this Omar Hutchinson situation about, you know, he's not coming again for a competitive game. I wish I heard out of here, you know, the press conference of what the coach probably if he said anything about, you know, Omar's situation. But I mean, what's your thoughts about surrounding Omar Hutchinson? You know, should we walk away, you know, by now leaving him to be Omar Hutchinson?
I wouldn't say it's the end of the road, but I still think there's a hope there. But I feel like he's more focused because I see that Chelsea might end up selling. I feel like once he I the club where okay, this is my club. I don't think he gonna make it at I think he need a perfect move. So I think once he able to get that permanent move,
I think your audio, you know, kind of break up a little bit. You're not coming through clearly. Start. Can you just repeat that point again? Just repeat that point one more time. You know, you're breaking up.
Now I was saying that if I would say that I would give him more time because I still feel like
think we have lost Daniel right there, and I hope we, you know, hope I can get him back. But you know, I was asking him about, you know, the Omar Hutchinson situation, and you know, he was saying, look, he still have time. You know, I don't think it's the end of the road. which I don't think it's the end of the road, but at least just give him some space, give him some space to recuperate back in career. Is it that he's going to stay in England? Is he going to move abroad? Is he going back to Ipswich? So many situations surrounding Omar Hutchinson. But I don't really want to spend much time talking about someone that's not in the squad. Yeah, I want to talk about the squad, and this is what is happening. Look, the moment the squad dropped, I sent over the squad to my friend, that support the Venezuelan team. I sent over to my friend that support, the Mexico team. So I sent it to my Ecuadorian friend, and also a media journalist, from Ecuador. And it was a shocking news to them, and he was like, whoa, Leon Bailey is back after all that hustle and bustle that happened in the interview, happened with the federation, is happy to have the man back. As look, I kept saying, look, if the man decided that he wanted time, just give him the time, give him the moment, let him be Leon, let him express, his desire to do what he wants to do outside of the game, So look, it's clear and obvious, I never question his commitment to the national program. It's more of internal issue, with the camp, with the big bosses, with the administration, with his own people. It's always internal issue. So, I'm happy, he's back. Look, Copa America Group B is going to turn upside down, to be honest. It's going to turn upside down. And with a player like Leon Bailey in the team, it will bring a different mood. It will bring a different happiness to the players. The players will probably have to look at it like, look, the man is back. Let's go out there and provide for the country. Let's go out there and get this team out of. He's not back. I don't know what you're talking about, man. You see the squad, See the squad that just named, he's back. That's what they said, So I don't know what you're talking about. But, look, around, Group B of Copa America, everybody will be looking at this news. Is it that they're looking at it tonight? Is that they're going to look at it tomorrow? And look, this is the headline for Group B. This will be the headline for Group B, going. Butler said he didn't agree. Look, where you see that news? Tell me where you see that news where you said Butler said he's not agreed. Tell me, where you see that news about, or whatever it is. But look, yeah, this squad, it will go all around. Just know on Ryan, okay. For real. So there is always this circus around. There's always this circus around, the Reggae Boys football. Yeah, there's always this circus around Reggae Boys football. So he just said that no on Ryan LFC. Let me see. Let me give my bro a message and see what's going on. Yeah, so you know, I'm waiting for a response. But look, whatever it is, you know, whatever it is, you know, is he in or is he out? You know, it doesn't really matter, you know. But I would love for him to be in. But I mean, I was listening to a program, you know, you know, I think it was day before yesterday, and most of the show was all about us when the Reggae Boys were naming their squad. You know, I see official squad out there for Ecuador. You know, I seen the Venezuelan team, you know, about to name their official 26-man squad. Also, you know, so we're also waiting for that. But look, headline, you know, is it easy going to be in? Is it going to be out? The Reggae Boys squad will create headline tomorrow in the newspaper, you know, overseas in the overseas market. You know, they always talk about the Jamaican national team, you know, setup. So I'm very fascinated. But look, let's leave. You know, so just let's leave that until, you know, further adjustment made. Yeah, I think I'm getting. Yeah, Daniel, yeah, from the show.
Daily post on Instagram and said misleading information.
Misleading information. Someone just said that on the platform that, you know, Butler just came. I don't know, Pooh, what it is without a JFF circus. Tell me what it is without a JFF circus. I think he hung up. Let me get him, but let me. Yo, you're live. You're live. What it is without a JFF circus? You know, say at first them say whisper in, and then them put out a next one and say whisper is not in it, and no, Leon is no. I don't. Pooh, what it is without another story with the JFF, bro. I don't understand. I don't get it. You know, I don't get it. Look.
This federation and this, they need to walk away from Bailey and Butler players them, because this is a circus. This is unprofessional. So why would they put him in the team in the first place?
If they put him in the team, there must have to be some clarification between them and the player and his colleague.
Yeah, can't put him in a team without nobody confirmation.
That is crazy.
Like, what happened?
That is crazy. I never seen anything like this before. Yeah, I saw it. You know. You know. So I mean, look. The man said miss live. So the man said, yo, misleading information. But look, all right. Let's leave him out of the squad. Yeah, let's see who is going to be that man going to replace. But I mean, let's focus on the squad. Leave Leon Chippy one side until further notice, because tomorrow we can't wake up and hear say, yo, the man is back in the squad. So we don't want to assume and I make a bag of thing and I say, yo, the man in or out. You know, but guess what? Let's talk about the squad though. You know, when you look at, you know. Let me pull up about the squad. When you look on the front line, you know, you saw young Kyan Dixon. Yeah. You saw Mikel Antonio, Shama Nichols, Ronald Cephas, Demari Gray. But happy news, you know, Demari Gray is back in the team, and that's where, you know, he's the talisman. You know, he's the man that been performing for us, you know, in the big games. You know, I mean, you're happy to see him back in the squad.
Yeah. I think he's a fresh air, you know, some creative in the team, you know, if there's anybody can rely on to at least create something for the team, that is Demar Gray. I think he did a really good job since he came into the team.
Yeah.
So, you know, if Bailey, we don't know what's going to happen to Bailey, but we really do need Demar Gray to be fit and ready to go. And just having him in the team, is something different, and you're able to push the team and try to get something, some results from those games coming up. But you know, I wish we really have someone else on the other side as Demarcre. But yeah.
Boy, Daniel, I still can't believe it when I realize it. This is just some little comic book, to be honest, bro. This is just some little comic book. But the left side, the right side, it is up for grab again. You know, I mean, since you know they look misleading information, you know, again, more likely it will be out there, you know, Bobby Reid, you know. But I mean, when I look on the wing backs, yeah, the wing back position, you know, we have 3 solid players in that wing back position. You know, Dexter and the 2 left back, you know, Maribel and Gregory, you know. As I said, Ecuador play 3 at the back. Mexico play 3 at the back. Sometimes 4-3-3 with Abote, with Alvarez dropping in and out of the midfield and back into defensive.
Because it's very good. Defensively, it's solid with the 3 at the back. And you know,
yeah.
I like that kid that scored a goal against is it USA?
Panama. Dexter Lendesita.
Dexter, yeah, brilliant going forward. I think he improved on going forward. One time I used to criticize saying that
they didn't go forward a lot.
Yeah, didn't go forward enough. So I think he started to improve. You know, see the improve that he scored that goal. So that's something I want to see our wing backs do, able to bump forward and support the wingers, support the forward players, and put some ball in the box. You know, something I would love for to do. We have Antonio, and we have Boyz up top. You know, these guys are good with ball in the box, especially Antonio. So I would love to see our wing backs improve on that going forward in this tournament. You know, we basically gonna have to rely on set piece, ball swinging the box, because we're gonna come up against teams that's gonna have the ball a lot, and we're gonna most likely sit back. So any opportunity we get, we have to start putting the ball in the box and try to be physical and try to win that first ball. So the wing back's gonna be very important going forward.
Yeah. Look, I have said this, you know, previous before. You touched on a very important thing. Yeah, when you talk about, you know, we're going to have less of the ball, you know, the teams that we're going to come up against are going to have more of the ball, you know, and they're going to get a lot of ball in our defensive area, especially the Ecuadorian team. They average around 13 to 14 crosses per game. You know, the last 5 games, you know, they have over 30 crosses into the box. So, you know, they've been known, you know, for playing wing plays. You know, they have very good wing backs, you know, Preciado. You know, unfortunately, you know, Estopinian, you know, the Brighton man is not in the team. You know, they have 2 new players there. So it's going to be the same old from that left-hand side. But again, you know, when you look at it, man, the midfield, if we can manage to keep that solid midfield, you know, I think, you know, if you can manage to keep the midfield a little bit more solid, you know, notify, you know, the opponent, you know, limit them how much time they come through that middle. You know, a lot of people, you know, I heard, look, even when I was watching the certain program, the Ryan program, and actually I was watching 433 Presser and Gunners, you know, people came on and said, look, you know, the midfield is an issue. You know, look, yeah, the midfield is an issue, but if you can stick at least 2 to 3 players in that midfield area and give them instructions, and try to keep away the opponent, I think they can do a job. You know, I think they are professional enough to do a job in that midfield. Yeah. So I mean, it's up to, you know, the back 3, back 4, whatever, you know, Al Grimson, you know, John Wall again. This is his time to produce. This is his time to come up with some of the best game plan. He is the man for Coach Al Grimson. He's the right-hand man. He's the one that, you know, scout the opponent. He's the one that set up everything for Coach Al Grimson. You know, so he's supposed to know all the game plays. He's, you know, as his interview, he has said, he seems like he's a very smart man. Yeah, it seems like he have done a lot of homework, but I didn't like that post-game interview that he did. You know, Dominica blaming the pitch, you know, the heat, the condition, the weight. It's a cricket field. Everybody played on the pitch, and you have to play to that circumstance. You know, that's their own pitch, and that's where you have to play. You know, so I think, you know, it's going to be a very, very tough group. But with this squad, I'm happy to see back some faces into the squad. Pinnock with his leadership in the backline also giving us that left, give us that strength, and that left sided, is it going to be a left center half? Two at the back, three at the back, he will give us that stability in the backline and that leadership. Deshaun, Joel, they've been playing excellent. So hopefully Pinnock can slot right in that era where those two players at, and push on and where they left off, and things can be great again for us, But going into a major tournament, look, we didn't get enough goals from our attacking players. Yeah, we didn't get enough goals from our attacking players, especially our number 9. And I think, again, this tournament last summer, Mikel Antonio didn't produce for us. Yes, he worked with Saxa. Yes, he pressed the back line. Yes, he worked hard for the team. But as a striker, your main priority is to put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, and I mean, Daniel is still there? Yeah, Mikel Antonio, no goals in the last Gold Cup. This is his second major tournament for the Reggae Boys. It's important for him to get on the score sheet, him and Bowser, because when those two players in the major tournament, we don't really get a lot of goals from them. And I think we're going to need them around this time against these tough teams.
Yeah. I think Antonio. I think Antonio is going to need a lot of help.
Yeah.
A lot of support. Especially maybe play Bowser and Antonio up top. So they can help us support each other. I think that would really, really help Antonio. I think Antonio is reaching that stage now in his career where he's gonna need help. Like he's gonna need someone to do the running for him. And basically do the dirty work for him. But he's experienced enough to know what to do. He's been playing international football and club football all these years, so he's very experienced. I don't think he was 100% fit. Last summer. He was 100% fit.
Yeah.
So that kind of limited game. We play there. If you're not 100% fit, But I just want to see the wing back put some ball in the box more. And just give him the back. He will fight. And he's very good with his. He's very good with his head. So I could see Antonio at least score 3 goals this tournament. I could see him score these 3 goals because I just feel like with South American team, they're a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like they don't sit back, and there will be space. And the South American team does not defend. And if we can hit them on the break, get a few corners.
We will get opportunity. We will get a lot of opportunities. Yeah, I think the team that we might not get enough opportunity with, I think they will be a little bit solid. Venezuela, it's a more compact team that it's one of the only South American team that I have seen that look. They played compact. They played disciplined football. They have a very good coach. He's a very disciplined coach. They don't really play out of assisting. They don't play, out of position. They always sit in the groove. They always play to their strength. And they don't play with a one general in the team. They are naturally played a team football. So I think we might have issues, even though it's a less weaker opponent in the group, but we will have issue more from Venezuela than how we will get opportunities from Mexico and Ecuador. But you said crosses into the box to feed Mikel Antonio. We have always said on the Nicardo podcast, that Mikel Antonio is one of the best striker in the Premier League when it comes down to fighting for scraps. That's his killer instinct. That's what he wants. He just wants something so he can fight. But the last 2 games, Daniel, how much accurate crosses we get in the 2 games. We only have 1 accurate cross, and that one was the only one that came in the Dominica game when Reggae went down the left side and gave Kaim Dixon that ball where he headed the ball over the bar. We didn't get any accurate cross into the box in the Dominica game. So. Even the last World Cup, even when we played, the top 3 teams in CONCACAF, we don't really put the ball in the box a lot. We have physical players. We always the scoring set pieces goal, but for some reason we're not getting the ball down the flank and get it in the box as quicker. But again, the issue though with Mikel and Boza, both players want to play too deep. As a number 9, there has to be someone in the penalty box whenever the ball is in the defensive third of the opponent team. I don't know if you saw that in previous games. It's easy that is both of the players play together hard. It's one of them, but they want to drop too deep.
I think that's gonna have to be a coaching and a tactical change. We have to do with the coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think the coach gonna have to bring out that information to his players.
Yeah.
One stay deep, I one go forward.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I think Boyz could stay deep because Boyz are a little bit technical with the ball at his feet, and plus he's a younger guy. He can run around a little bit. Antonio, with experience and him work out, he's supposed to be the one that stay in the box because he's better with the ball, with his head and stuff like that. So I think that's gonna be something that the coach gonna have to work on with the players, with the two forward. If he's gonna go with two players up top, that's something that he's gonna have to work towards with the players. So if you see the players them going in the same position, that's the coach. That's up to the coach. You get me?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, you know this more than me. You live on the West Coast in America. Look, our first game will be in Texas. Our second game will be in Las Vegas. Our third game will be in Q2 Stadium in Austin. This coach going to have to utilize at least 90% of the players in the squad. It's going to be very hot in Houston, in Austin, in Las Vegas. It's going to be very hot, and I just cannot see Mikel Antonio be playing 3 games in a row with 90 minutes. So he's going to have to rotate the players. That's what I'm saying. I'm so happy. We have Amari Bell. Hopefully he's at least 85% fit where he can give us 60 minutes on the board and let him and Gregory can rotate there. And we're going to have to rotate actually in the midfield, because I think in the starting level of this Reggae Boy team going to the Copa America, especially the first game in Houston, the atmosphere that the Mexican that they're going to give us, the humid weather, that is another factor. The midfield, they're going to have to run a lot in the 3 games, whoever is playing. And again, how he's going to manage, Damien, if he's going to stick him into the midfield. So I mean, talk to him, man, about the heat, the humidity, and how the coach have to manage the players in the squad, for the 3 games, and if we go through to the quarterfinal.
Yeah, it's gonna be very hot. Like I remember last Gold Cup when Jamaica came over here. I went to watch a game in Santa Clara against I think
St. Kitts.
St. Kitts, and it was the heat, and you can see the heat was really playing on the players. But we have a big squad, so I think you should use it. 5 substitutes now, so you should be able to use the right substitute. Don't wait too long to make substitutes. And with Antonio, as far as like manages minutes, it all depends, because end of the day, you want your best players out there, and if you're trying to win the game, and you're gonna always want your best players out there. Even if we might, the last game after group stage, we might need a win, and it all depends on what the stake is and what's the circumstance, what might happen. So at this moment, we need to make sure that we're giving everybody a good run at the squad.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I just hopefully we just make sure to say that, rotate the squad better.
Yeah.
My problem with him, the coach Brimson, it tends to take too long
to make some substitutions.
I think last tournament, the
Nations League,
he got everything good up to the point of the last year. But, sometimes he kind of take long to make substitute. I don't know if he just don't want to change. He like what he's what's going on, and he don't want to change. So I just hope he make a better adjustment to that going forward in this tournament.
You know what you think with this coming up, building up to the Copa America with Mikel Antonio? You know what is it? There is no David Moyes. He's a free man this summer. He can do what he can do. He can do what? Yeah, he can, and he's looking for a club.
Yeah.
He's looking for a club.
Yeah, but the basically gonna have to play himself in the market.
Yeah. I think Deshaun Bernard is still a free agent. But look, a few players, missing. Another more, we spoke about Omari, earlier. Daniel Johnson, he's looked way off in the first game against Dominican Republic, at home. He just looked way off as he's not even playing enough games. At one point, Daniel Johnson was even playing reserve football for Stoke City. He just looked like he's just low confident. He's not that bad of a player, but it seems like, the coach, I don't know what you think from this. Daniel Johnson is missing, I think, since he make his debut, he's missing his first major tournament. So, I mean, is it time now to bypass DJ, and give the younger players, we see Alex Marshall in the team, but look, Alex Marshall, look, there is another opportunity for him, You could say his career was wasted probably 5-6 years ago after schoolboy football for St. George's. But look, what is this opportunity is like, man, for Alex Marshall to be in the squad, but not just in the squad, but to come up in a Copa America squad.
Yeah, big for him, after playing as you said, over the last 5 years since Money Cup, have a very rough time. Back and forth with Jamaica, overseas, American college, So after go back home, sometimes no players won't do it, but you have to swallow your pride sometimes and go back home and start back from the grassroots and build back yourself. You get what I'm saying? Build back yourself. I haven't watching him a game of him in a long time, but I know how he plays, I know the type of player he is.
Yeah.
I'm a secret of him. But as a player, you should be very, very pleased seeing that you get back into the national squad after come back home and being one of the best midfielders in Jamaica football.
Yeah.
The Jamaica Premier League, So he get this opportunity, open run with it, Is he gonna get the opportunity? Let's see. It's gonna be very difficult, There's a lot of guys ahead of him.
Yeah.
I think the coach like more he always go with physical and tall players.
Yeah.
So hope we can get the opportunity to show the coach that he can do a good job. That's why the coach would have picked him. There's gotta be a reason why the coach have him in the team.
Yeah, there has to be a reason. You have to be a reason, But look, since this coach have coached the Reggae Boyz in their first competitive game, he have always have a teenager in his squad. It's that's something that I love about him. It's always that teenager in his squad, that youngster, someone that is highlighting to the world, someone that is showing, around the big stage and football. Look. Kaim Dixon, 19 years old, very bright talent, Everyone is looking what next for Kaim Dixon after the Copa America. He's another player that probably if in the sign a pre-contract as yet with overseas club, he's again can put himself out there on the market as well. I think him and Alex Marshall share the same agent company. So, let's see what's going to happen. Yeah.
I was watching the game the other day against Surname. Get a couple. He could have scored more than one goal. But he's getting there. I know he look a bit nervous, but experience. The more he plays, the more better he's gonna get. And I'm glad that we start finally having youngsters around the national team, because I remember back in the day when we was growing up. Remember, there was no young players.
Yeah. Not much. It's lucky if you see a youngster in the team.
And the crazy part about it, he's playing in Jamaica National League.
Yeah.
So
thing I can give the coach props about, he does not care what age it is. He
Yeah.
will give you the opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I can give that to him. He gives players the opportunity. He give it to Devon Richards, Wisp as well. You know, so this coach, he giving players opportunity.
And Dexter, when Dexter made his debut, I think Dexter was 19 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he have that kid. I think he was in the World Cup qualifier squad. You know, the keeper Jaden Hibbert that just recently drafted. You know, from Atlanta, coming from UConn. You know, but he has always have someone that young around the team. You know, but I just realizing that I saw three left back. I see Amari Bell, Greg Lay, and actually Jean Bell. You know, Jean Bell, you know, he played in that game, that unofficial game in New York, you know, that friendly game, and he was a very good left back, you know, but he was, as they said, he was injured. But I mean, when I look at this, it seems like Amari Bell got picked as a center half. You know, so let's see what's going to happen. And we only, you know, there's no Tevon Gray in the team, the NYFC man, you know, so you have Wesley Harding, someone that can also play at the right back position. You know, Deshaun Bernard actually can play at the right back position. So you have Bobby Reed can play at right wing back. So, you know, we have quite a few players that are very versatile in the squad. And I think if you have an international squad going to a major tournament, you want to have enough players that is very versatile that can equip to play. Is if you are going to have an emergency, some players that can jump in there and, you know, pad up that position, and, you know, until the player can recover. You know, I mean, anything else you have left to say about this squad before we move on?
As far as the four left back thing, I think that if you think about it, the Bell probably gonna play at the left center back role,
and then Pinnock played in that in that middle between the two players.
Yeah. So, you know, most of the time you're probably gonna have two players out of those four players. So, you know, and then you can always rotate them. You know, if one bring back is tired, there's another one come back on. So I'm not really worried about that part, because I think we're gonna need as much defense we need in this tournament, because we're gonna under a lot of pressure. So we're just gonna be a counter-attacking team. That's just be real.
You remember when Kante just came at Chelsea and he you know, brought that three at the back. You know, he played Aspilicueta at right centre back, and who was at that left centre back position? Was it Cahill beside John Terry?
It was Cahill and John Terry, and sometime it was Cahill.
David Luiz was in that team, but what I want to say though, he pushed Victor Moses in the right wing back. You know, he put Aspilicueta in that right centre half. That's going to be very important, because look, the man that's going to play in between the left centre back and the right centre back, when we get the ball, they can actually push in the midfield and give us extra body at times. You know, so that's going to be a very versatile position, and we see it in the US game in the Nations League. Oh, Joe Latabody at times he was playing as a boat. He jumped in the midfield, he jumped back in the back line. You know, he gave his support back and forth in the two positions. You know, so seeing that Amari Bell, you know, Jean Bell and Gregley, three left backs. So I'm looking at it now. Amari Bell, you know, is, you know, coming off of a muscle injury. You know, is he going to play left center half? I think it will fit him, as he can have, you know, that confidence to drive a little bit in the opponent. You know, bring out the ball in the defensive third. You know, it will be an extra body, someone that is left-footed. You know, is very competent on the ball as well. So I think that something can work. You know, Deshaun, is he going to play Deshaun Bernard on the right side? Is he going to play Nanalo? Look, this is what I want to see with the Reggae Boy team. You know, a headache for the coach to pick a starting lineup. Yeah, that's what I want to see from him. You know, so I mean, we know that, you know, the strength of this squad is the defensive side of game. You know, but I mean, your last say before we wrap up, because I'm wrapping up right now.
You know, I'm just hoping that that thing that happened with Bailey does not take away the fact that we're gonna be playing in that tournament starting next week. I just don't. It's a deja vu again.
Bro, it's always something surrounding the JFF and players when it comes down to squad announcement. It's always something.
Right before the tournament again, leading up to the tournament, take away all the positive with the jersey drop, nice jersey with Adidas sponsorship, and you know, always just put a dent in the track of the positive. Like I don't get this, man.
Yeah,
I get this toxic thing out of the national team. And it's only Jamaica. I swear it's only Jamaica missing to them from there. Man, I see nobody else do them from there.
It's just
leading up to a major tournament. I saw it that how get qualified for the
World Cup.
What is again?
It's just crazy. It's just crazy, you know.
This was better. We didn't put the JFF need to walk out, leave Bailey alone. Leave him alone. Walk away from Bailey. Leave Bailey alone.
Yeah.
Put the players them. If they do not want to play, if they don't want to play for the national team, if you guys cannot come to agreement, I would love to see Bailey, Devon Richards in the team. But if you guys cannot come to agreement with their camp, leave them alone.
Yes.
And move on. You know?
Yes. Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, man. Bless up for your input. Alright. You know, people, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. This is just crazy. You know, everyone went into frenzy for when the squad announced for the last 30 minutes. You know, I have a squad that announced in the Usain Bolt restaurant that Whisper is in the squad. Then a few minutes after, the JFF post something. No Dujan Whisper in the squad. A few minutes after again, no Leon Bill in the squad. You know, the player put out no misleading. Another I think who came on? You know, Westland came on and said, yo, you know, Butler came on Ryan show and said there's no Leon. There's all this propaganda about, you know, the JFF when it comes down to a major tournament. You know, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But I'm not going to let this situation take away the positive, you know, from our national team. And I think it's still a very good squad. You know, it's still a very good squad. You know, a lot of flexibility in it. You know, a lot of creativity in it in terms of players can move around in different positions. You know, I think our best opportunities to break down these teams, again, it's going to have to come from our wing players. Yeah, it's going to have to come from our wing players. Is it that Cephas and Demargue can actually start together in one team? I don't know. Let's see who can actually play on that right-hand side. You know, the left-hand side is always with Demi, but he's going to under a lot of pressure. Trust me. Demargue is going to be under a lot of pressure in this team because when you look, he's naturally the only one that really can step in the number 10 position off the wing, coming off the left and actually create something. Yeah. So, I mean, this team, as you know, he said, look, the team is still solid. You know, I still have that positive, I still have that buzz that, look, if he's in, if he's out, it's still a very damn good squad. You know, it's something better than what we pick in a week and a half ago to play those two qualified games against Dammer and actually against Dominica. So I'm very pleased to see actually Wes Harding in the team. You know, something that, you know, we haven't seen a lot of time, you know, always been shy. But I would love to know, though, what is the issue, you know, with Devante Cole? Yeah, what is the issue with Devante Cole? Because he, you know, last year, November, I heard, look, he was in Jamaica, you know, I don't know if he was doing some business, whatever paperwork, but I heard that, you know, the coach have invited him into the team, and he was, again, I seen him sitting down in grandstand in that first leg, and again, he was there again in the second leg. So I don't know what is the issue with him, why he's not around. I know that he's actually a free agent at the moment. Yeah, he's actually a free agent. You know, he got, I think his contract is up with Barnsley. He's actually looking for a club. Yeah, he's actually talking to some championship club. Nothing concrete as it. Also, Jamal Lowe is actually having talks right now with Swansea. Jamal Lowe is another player that, you know, these players are not even really come like them. They're even serious about the football. you know, Canada cold, but we're cold that this is the team. Yeah, but you know, but people, you know, respect to everybody, you know, on the live, you know, really appreciate it. Look, it's 11:30 now. You know, I'm going to sign off. You know, this was just a little emergency reaction of what the squad, you know, it was actually a big news. Everyone was anticipating about who will be in that 26-man squad for the Copa America. No, it seems like it is 25. You know, did the JFF, let me see if the JFF posted anything of a new squad yet, because the man said it's misleading. Yeah, it's misleading. So let's see what's going to happen. 1 hour, 259 comments already. Whoa, that is just crazy. That is just crazy. You know, but I know, me can't wrap my head around it. Me just can't wrap my head, you know, as what they say, Jamaica is not a real place. Jamaica is just not a real place. But people, you know, bless upon yourself, people. You know, bless upon your damn self, yeah, man. Jamaica is not a real place.